Okay, I'm Lucy from Armoured Angel.
And I'm Matt from Armoured Angel.
I'm Joel.
Oh, we've got a good camera.
When did you form and why?
Well, Armoured Angel initially formed about early '85, just for the desire to play music, I guess. And then we three joined up in mid '87, I think.
Yeah.
It's been all go ever since.
Why did you come to Brisbane? Well, we got offered about 2 weeks ago. We've always wanted to come up, but never really thought we'd get the offer. So when we did, we just sort of hired a bus and came straight up.
You sold many records and demo tapes and that up here in Brisbane?
Demo sales, we've got our demo on sale in Kent Records, and it seems to be going okay, but we haven't got our EP selling up there.
Sold a few since the gigs though, it's been good. Sold probably more here than anywhere. It's good.
How long after you formed did you make your first recording?
After we've been going about 18 months, we made our first recording. We recorded up in Sydney at, what was it called? Sound Barrier Studios, yeah. And it did it in about 13 hours and did 4 songs and released it as Wings of Death.
And how was that sold?
I've sold about over 1,000 on tape and 1,000 on vinyl because it got pressed as a limited edition EP in England. And so there was 1,000 of them done.
To do a couple of gigs up here by a local promoter, and we thought we'd take the opportunity, so we just hired a van and just came up.
Well, Matt and I joined in '87 and we recorded Wings of Death demo in 1988, and about 12 months after we released it on demo, it was pressed up onto an EP by CCG Records in England, and it sold about 1,000 on the EP and 1,000 on demo tape, so it went quite well.
It's good to see you're all fired up. Must have a few Armoured Angel fans in here then. This one off the Altars of Madness album. This one is called The Maze of Torments.
I suppose you just call it like thrash metal, I suppose. I mean, some people call it thrash or death metal. I mean, we don't really mind what it's called, but I suppose thrash is the best way to describe it.
Bands were influenced by, I suppose, we were pretty majorly influenced by Motorhead, Venom, early thrash like Slayer and Exodus and Celtic Frost and stuff like that. But I think Mortal Sin were a big influence on us in the real early days when their first album came up. Not so much later on, but their early stuff, we looked up to because it's when we were just getting our band formed. So.
No, we don't really class ourselves as Satanists. A lot of people have said that it's got satanic lyrics, but we think quite, for a long time about the lyrics, put quite a bit of thought into it. And we try and avoid the Satanist. We're just taking, with the communion reference, it's just taking the communion to an extreme extent. We wouldn't class ourselves as a Satanist band or practicing Satanists or anything like that. We're trying to avoid that, but stay within the realms of fantasy and mysticism.
Here's one for you. Do you think satanic and violent lyrics affect people, affect your audience?
I don't really know. You hear a lot of people committing suicide and stuff like that, but I don't, if it's got something to do with the music, it doesn't really affect me and sort of think I shouldn't be playing this sort of music, because if people are stupid enough to kill themselves, it's, they've got to be pretty screwed up as it is, so I reckon it's got very little to do with the music.
And so to believe in Satanism is to basically to believe in religion or whatever. We don't actually believe in any religions, and a lot of our songs tackle kind of the hypocrisies of a lot of religions, like say, Catholicism or whatever. So we find that Satanism is an interesting topic because it can be, I don't know, it can have an effect on people who do believe in various religions. So we do it more of a way to, it's more of an attack on that way of thinking rather than believing in a religion ourselves.
No, I don't believe in any of that shit, man. It's just something to sing about. It sounds good when you sing about it.
It's more of a fantasy. It's more of a fantasy type thing, I mean.
Have any record companies expressed any interest in the band?
We've had a couple of record labels interested. I think there's a couple in the United States, and we've had a German one showing some interest. But they're fairly minor kind of labels, so we're kind of just plugging along, hoping for maybe a bit of a bigger label to take some interest at a later stage.
Do you think record companies discriminate against this sort of music?
I think in Australia it's you won't get a company really signing you up that's at a big enough level to push you. And our problem with overseas companies is that they're not going to want to fork out a lot of money to get an Australian band over, because they've got to pay a lot of cost.
Do you think that thrash metal, death metal and hardcore has got a future on a worldwide market?
Yeah, I think it has the possibility of getting bigger, but I still think it's a limited field. It'll never maintain, high profile status. I think it'll always be an underground type of market, but I think it'll stay around for quite some time, and we'll just keep getting more extreme and variations on the theme. But I think it'll be around for a while.
And finally, what do you hope to achieve as a band?
Stardom? No, I don't know. All we really want to do is just, ever since we've had the band together, we just enjoy playing what we do. So I suppose we just like to take it to as far as we can take it. It's not too much. We don't really take too much on. We haven't set a goal to achieve any particular thing. We're just keen to keep going along, and wherever it takes us, I suppose. We're not too bothered. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you got to do it. I think. Is that what we think? That's what we think. I think we think that.
I think we think anything what we think at one time and nothing else.
I think we think, but I'm not sure. I just thought, but I'm not sure if the other...
Therefore I am.
I think we...
I think we don't think at all.
I think we speak a lot of shit.
I think I don't think. I don't know, I suppose all the favourite bands ranges back from Status Quo right through. Status Quo. We have a lot of Status Quo influence in our band. We're very Spinal Tap, Bad News, we're a lot like them. Anything to the extremes like Morbid Angel. Anyone that's good and heavy and has aggression in the music, goes back in the early days of thrash to early Metallica, Exodus, Venom, Slayer, and then with the more recent bands like Bolt Thrower, Napalm Death, Morbid Angel, that type of thing.
I'd just like to say thanks to everyone in Brisbane for coming along and seeing the gigs that we played, and we've had a really good time here. And thanks to Ozzy and Mark and all the blokes who put us up. So it's been really good, and everyone here has been really friendly. Just like to say thanks. Hope we can get back here again, yeah.
Censorship.
Well, the main difference between hardcore and metal is basically a whole different attitude, a lot more different sound. I don't know, there's not as many political views in metal as what there is in hardcore.
The audience is a lot different.
Politics obviously play a large part in your lyrical content. Can you just give a brief rundown of what you guys are believing and sort of why you need to put it into songs?
Because we think politics is an important part of hardcore music, and we don't think politics or politicians do much good for the world, so we try to sort of make people aware of different political views and what goes on. So the bigger audience we reach with that sort of message, the better for them, maybe.
Yeah, that's basically it, yeah. dude, what's this, man? You got a can of beer under here. Your friend, your mother's going to find out or something.
No, it's light beer. I don't want to be embarrassed for drinking light beer.
What's your opinion on some metal bands that just all their lyrics are just Satan, blah blah, and shit like that?
I think they're pretty misguided, really.
Yeah, satanic bands are like full of shit. I think they really uphold the church's view of hardcore and metal being a damaging thing to the youth and being a satanic thing and an anti-authoritarian sort of thing.
That's why a lot of preachers and parents blame heavy metal bands for teenage suicides and stuff like that, which basically is a fat load of shit, you know, because it's just a scapegoat.
They seem to uphold that myth. They sort of support their argument more than the argument that music is free speech. No, hardcore's got a better name than metal, in my opinion.
Why did you guys form the band?
Well, out of boredom, we wanted to create something positive.
And it's a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Basically, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How far do you hope AIM will go?
As far as possible. Don't say as far as DRI. Not a way.
We just want to have a lot of fun, make everyone else have a lot of fun in the wild, sort of thing.
And who would you guys class as your main musical influences?
Too many to mention.
Yeah.
Really?
Dead Kennedys, Poison Idea.
RKL, early DRI.
Bad Religion.
Lee?
Descendants.
Yeah. MDC.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg.
Who?
Now we need to censor. And just finally, why do you think this sort of music appeals to kids? Why do you think they get into it?
It appeals to kids because, you know, some people don't fall for the top 40 crap. They like something a bit different. They want something with a bit of energy in it and a bit of liveness to it, you know, like there's not so much rock and roll around anymore, but there's other sort of forms of music like this and metal, for example, and other sort of things that are a bit different and full of energy. You know, kids are full of energy, so they really seem to really associate with it, like, for that reason.
The adrenaline, really. It feels it's all about adrenaline, the music, and diving at gigs and that, and it appeals to the younger generation type thing. With a lot of top 40 bands too, around those sort of crowds of kids, it's sort of like there's a lot of social peer pressure. You know, you're not hip if you don't listen to this sort of band sort of thing. Nobody really worries about that sort of thing. You know, it's just pretty free-thinking sort of way of being, really.
What are you going to say? Anything?
Yeah, that's the same.
The last interview he did the same thing. Okay, I like playing live because, you know, it's a good tension release. You have fun while you're doing it, and it's good to see people getting into the music that you play. You know, it's really satisfactory type thing, you know, to watch people getting into our music. Well, I like listening to hardcore, man, because like, no, I think hardcore is great because, you know, you just get a lot out of, you just get a lot of energy out of it. It's a big adrenaline rush, you know. I mean, you don't, I don't know, a lot of people just seem to get off on drugs and alcohol. You don't really need it when you're playing live. You just get so much energy out of it. And, well, drugs and alcohol help, but it's just basically, it's just a big high for me. It always has been.
If I wasn't in the band... if I wasn't in the band, I'd probably be spending most of the time going to shows and trying to organise them, I suppose, and helping out in any other ways possible with the scene, because, you know, that's what I love to do. It's fun. If you can't be in a band, then taking part in trying to cooperate with them is quite good fun.
Leaving, you come to the band, do you find it kind of harder to fit in?
Not really, no. I used to... Oh, sorry, yeah. Being new in the band, I don't really find it hard to adjust to it or anything. I used to like a lot of metal, and I got right into a lot of hardcore and things, and I don't really find it hard to adjust, no. It's good. It's a lot of fun.
Down to the place in the Bible, I'm Adam, I play guitar and vocals.
I'm Rod and I play drums.
I'm Andrew and I play guitar.
And I'm John and I play bass. We're Alchemist from Canberra.
Yes, the ACT.
Cool. When did you form?
Well, there was a few,
No.
we formed a few little sort of lineups I had, say around 86, but they really weren't serious, man. We didn't form a serious lineup till, was it July 89?
About 2 years, I think it is.
Yeah, July 89 was when we started.
Yeah, we've been. John joined the lineup to equal the present lineup about January, didn't
Yeah.
About January.
We've got a bit of biased opinions, and so we come from there, but we really like it. It's a really good turnouts to gigs, and the crowd seem to really appreciate the bands. Go off,
We get into
stage diving and stuff.
What sort of age groups do you get?
Everyone
Age.
from pretty young to
Everything
sort of
from 16 up.
Oh, younger than that.
Probably younger, yeah.
It used to be the scene. The kids used to be a lot of kids. We used to only ever play at youth cafes, but now, yeah,
Right.
we play a lot of pubs, but
Exactly.
we also do underage shows. So it varies.
Yeah, we like doing everything.
Yeah, well, we try and play underage.
There's a
shows
youth
as well.
cafe in Canberra where that's where the bands usually go to do the underage gigs. Oh, when was
The
that?
first demo was released July 90. It's 4 tracks. And then the new demo 91, they both got no names, we just called them demo, whatever year it was brought out. Demo 91's got 4 tracks as well. That was recorded. When was it recorded?
September 91.
Yeah.
And we've just
Just
come out now.
Yeah, just started to release it now, getting some duplications.
We recorded our demo at Powerhouse Studios, and the guy that engineered it was a guy called John Resch. He's done, he did Addictive, Armoured Angel,
Exceed.
Hard-Ons, Exceed.
Yeah.
He's a really good bloke.
Yeah, it's good to work with.
Who do you usually gig with?
In Canberra.
Bands.
We usually gig with Canberra bands in Canberra. Yeah.
Precursors, we play with them pretty often. They're a good Canberra band.
Mortuary, No Addiction. There's lots of Canberra bands that most people wouldn't have heard of, but I know.
Depends. If we play in the state, I don't know, we've played with Frozen Dove, Eulogy, Lazarus.
Played with Billy Beheaded.
Mortal Sin.
A few weeks ago.
Mortal Sin.
Yeah, Mortal Sin.
Damnatory
Yeah, play
from
with
Melbourne.
Crossbow.
Christbait. Yeah, this is our first time.
This is our
Brisbane.
first time to Brisbane.
Where else, if you play outside Canberra, where do you usually go, like Sydney, Melbourne, sort of places?
We've played Sydney and Melbourne.
4 times, but
4
Sydney's
times in
been
Sydney,
bad.
yeah.
Sydney hasn't been very receptive.
And we've played twice in Melbourne. That was on the one trip. And
Yeah,
this is
with
our
Mortal
first
Sin.
venture up here. Yeah.
Yeah, we supported Mortal Sin in 2 gigs in Melbourne, and yeah, that was pretty good actually. That was good for Melbourne, gave us a good idea of the scene down there. And then we played Sydney 4 times, but only really 1 out of the 4 times has been any good to us anyway, like with people coming to the gig. And yeah, first time in Brisbane, so hopefully it'll be good.
What do you do outside the band, like your jobs?
We all work
Crush
full
up
time.
Work.
Shit,
For Rod.
I'm a student.
Doing what?
That'd be pretty exciting.
Scumbag labourer. And
I'm a spray painter.
Apprentice mechanic. All doing our trades.
think you're gonna continue this until like you're 40 and grey hair and going
I am
bald,
definitely.
Yeah,
like to,
hopefully, well, that'd like be the go. But like, probably if we get any big, one of us will die in a car accident. So
Yeah.
no,
Sure. That seems to be the thing to do these days.
Bus crash or a plane crash for sure.
He's a bass player too.
Yeah, Gore Crusher. me and Adam are in Gore Crusher.
Yeah, John and I and Warp Crusher, mate. We're going to take over the world.
Yeah, it's just a big piss take band of like the metal scene.
Yeah, we
and
just
shit
take
like
the piss out of ourselves, really.
Yeah, we
everyone
just
else.
have a good laugh and just try and out metal everybody that's too metal because it's just to have fun, really, music.
One by one, what are your songs about on your new demo?
The new demo, the songs they're all like on different things. So some of them are like, I suppose you could say it's a bit of a concept demo. Some of the songs, the lyrics do link a bit. Depends just what we're thinking of at the moment.
We try to write on things that sort of interest us, like
The big question, why are we here?
Yeah, things like that.
It's just, you know,
dwelling into the mind and
pops into our head.
Yeah. Influences. I don't really want to call it influences, but the stuff that I listen to varies from God Flesh to something like Mr. Bungle, Photo More. I know I listen to all sorts of things, Nirvana, New Barden. I can't even say it, but I can. You can spell it. I know all sorts of weird things. I listen to like everything. I'm pretty open-minded.
Yeah, well, I listen to Jane's Addiction a lot, Chili Peppers. Of late I've been listening to a lot of Pink Floyd. They're probably the main ones, Jimi Hendrix.
The Beatles are excellent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty heavily influenced by Dave Lombardo. I think he's the most influential metal drummer ever. And I think that most thrash or grind bands have had, you know, their drummers are just taking what he's done a bit further. But like I said, and I listen to anything from Beatles to like Massacre or Autopsy.
Yeah.
Tuned.
I really
Don't like
like
dance music much.
I really like grindcore stuff that's coming out at the moment, but most of my influence lies with Pink Floyd, early metal sort of stuff like Iron Maiden. I really like Iron Maiden.
Aussie Black Sabbath.
Early Black Sabbath is really big influence on me. Jethro Tull, I really like, but apart from all those strange hippie bands, I like what's coming out in the metal scene. You know, all the grindcore and death.
Yeah, stuff
sort of stuff I really get into as well. So.
GGFH.
It's for you.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Get this, yeah,
Rock.
good. 2 phone calls all. We've been here all week.
Look, I am wearing clean underwear.
No, I want the limousine there at 6, man. Brisbane bands that we've heard of. We've heard of Iron Lightning.
Noose. We heard Noose the other night.
We heard
I
a band.
thought they were very
Noose,
original.
I like Noose.
Excellent.
What was that other band that you were talking about before?
Spitfire. I've heard of Spitfire, but I haven't seen them.
Blitzkrieg, yes. I bet we've heard of Blitzkrieg. A lot of people have talked to us about Blitzkrieg, so I have to check that out.
Anything else like you've heard about here and there?
Well, we've heard of Anger and Motion and who else? Abhorrent. Dwarves,
Lepers,
and
cross-country bus, drivers. Buy demos. Send to P.O. Box 1037, Dixon, ACT 2602. There. Australia. They're $5 each, and make the checks payable if you're going to do a check or a money order. Make them payable to Rod Holder, which is
me.
Rod.
It's $6.
That's the man.
$6.
Ah. Just say $6 then.
Yeah, it's
Six.
so much
Okay, you want to do it again?
Ask John on groupies.
Now you groupies down the camera?
No.
Tell us about your groupie experience.
So there's none to talk about.
You tell us about his groupie experience.
Well, folks, John is a slut, what you commonly term as a slut. This song's called Enhancing Enigma, and it's about sort of space and how insignificant and small we are compared to when you look out there.
It's very deep.
Yeah, it's a bit of a spinner.
And I hope you like it.
Yeah. And buy it. Write to us and...
Write to us on PO Box 1037 Dixon ACT 2602 Australia.
And send $6. Unless you're from overseas, send American $6.
Even from Australia, send American $6.
Just go through the hassle of getting it changed.
Anyhow, here it is.
We don't take things too seriously. Do you?
No, we don't. No, we don't really, because I mean, heavy metal's got a real sort of tough image.
People
sort
are
of thing.
too serious.
Yeah, people are too serious. We gotta just relax a bit more and have fun instead of just not having fun. Because
We don't take things too seriously. Because when people take things too seriously, it's not very fun. Oh, we don't.
Oh.
We don't take things too seriously because it's really boring when people are too serious.
I mean, we're just up there to have a good time and make everyone else have a good time. Shut up, right? I'm not trying to be rock and roll. Me and Mike started it when we were at school. We just thought, oh, let's form a band because it was a cool thing to do.
And they were in Blitzkrieg.
Yes. That's why I shaved my head.
Him and him.
What's so funny about Blitzkrieg?
Everything.
They're too serious.
Yes.
They're too serious and they're satanic. and they set fire to things on stage, and that's really not on because you could hurt someone and damage a lead and someone to get electrocuted. I mean, and then that wouldn't be very much fun, would it?
And Errol is Satan.
Satan is his dad.
I'm not going to say anything in case they beat me up.
You guys feel funny because everyone's here watching you or what?
Yeah, piss off. Fun.
Fun.
It's sort of
Our
like...
music's sort of fun.
Oh, yeah. Our
It's-
music is sort of fun.
It's like grindcore, but it's because most of the grindcore bands are real deathy and everything, but we're sort of trying to bring a lighter side into it.
And I thought that death metal was very funny when I first heard it, so...
We actually pissed ourselves laughing when we heard it. First time.
I like it myself, but...
Do you guys actually want to get anywhere in the music industry? Or are you just here to...
Yeah, we want to be on... No. We're here to save the planet. No. I personally would love to be on Earache because they really give out great bands and... Careful. No, I mean, Earache's a really good label. They churn out lots of good bands, and I'd really like to be on that label. Hopefully we'll make it big, but hey, who's to say?
If people take things too seriously, then they could get up themselves.
No, but if they take it seriously and they're good at it, then fair enough, but we're not good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hope anyone takes it seriously because we are musically wise, but we're out to have a good time, really. I mean, we're not worried about if they think we're serious or not because we're not. We're just out to have a good time. That's all.
Rock and roll.
No parole from rock and roll. It's a famous quote by Brett.
Other than the band, do you guys have any plans for the future?
Get rich. And own a nice car.
I want to sell ice creams on Strawbroke Island.
He does too.
Be cool.
Has violence, in your opinion, become a problem? And do you see any solutions to the problem?
Yeah, a referee in the mosh pit. You know, if you rig it like a football game and everything, and if somebody does something like a head high tackle, he blows the whistle and gets sent into the sin bin for a couple of minutes.
I mean, they got a problem with violence overseas because at a violence gig, apparently they were prodding people with cattle prods or something, electric cattle prods, and that's pretty stupid. I mean, they're having a good time, and I really give up, eh? I'm trying to say something sensible.
Wasn't a lot you could
Is that it?
Yeah, my name's Ben Batten and I do a underground fanzine called Primal Aggie, which is focused mainly on the Brisbane Australian scene, but also deals with overseas scenes like Swedish and the American underground scenes, etc. I've been doing it since about June 1991, and I'm in the process of doing my second and third issues, which will be really good, be very big and really in depth. Issue 2 holds Australian bands again, because I feel a need to expose Australian bands. It has Mortification, Dearly Beheaded, Frozen Doberman, Accursed, A Few Skate Mass, Anatomy, Eulogy, and all the usual stuff like gig reviews and LP reviews, stuff, demo reviews, a lot of demos. Yes, they are very cooperative. They help me out in all ways. They take their time and patience. They're very patient, and they all really into getting into the fanzine. Like they're all into helping out other bands and helping out the scene, and that they are very cooperative indeed. Well, costs are mainly the three basic things. There's the printing costs, there's your time cost, which is really nothing, and your developing costs if you do like gig reviews, and basically that's it. And or unless you do use a certain sort of typewriter, you have to buy ribbon or something, but that's basically there's not many costs involved. It's like more or less a hobby mainly, I guess you could say that, because it's pretty fun, you know, helping out the scene and that. It's a fun thing to do. Yeah, I'd like to thank a couple of bands like Armoured Angel. Thanks for all your help. Thanks to this Brisbane Thrashed for the interview, and thanks to Ian Bush and everyone that's bought the zine and commented on it. Thanks for the support and just support your scene, and basically that's all I've got to say.
I'm
Okay, my name is Heather Anderson, and I'm not sure what I do. I put bands on the Treasury Hotel, I suppose, and a few other bits and pieces. Play bass. Yeah, mainly just organise gigs and stuff like that.
How long have you been organising gigs for?
Since 1989, I think. Yeah, since 1989, I think the first gig was about April 89 at East Leagues Club. And we've done East Leagues, South Leagues, and Treasury Hotel. No, I don't feel alienated because I really don't care. Because I don't sort of see it as I go to a gig and there's all these guys everywhere and I'm the only girl sort of thing. That's sort of, I don't even think it that way, but you do get pissed off sometimes when a guy's being really macho. I mean, there's nothing worse than being at a gig and having some dickhead picture on the bum just because you're a girl. And people, you know, like, sometimes, but it doesn't happen that often anymore. Plus, I think most people are used to seeing me. I don't think many of the guys at gigs sort of see me as being this female at a gig. It's just another person at the gig sort of thing, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Do you get much sexism being an important female figure in the scene, or is there like mutual respect? I've never encountered, no, actually I've encountered one time when I sort of did get treated like a bit of a groupie type bimbo a few years ago when I approached a band about doing gigs, but I'm not going to mention the band because their attitude's changed a lot now and they're a lot better. But none of the bands have ever treated me differently just because I'm a girl. I think they've always just been appreciative of the fact that someone's doing something, and a lot of the bands seem to get off in the fact that there are more women getting involved with doing stuff. I used to think that, but now there seems to be a lot more, especially in the metal scene. A lot of the girls seem to like know their bands and get into the bands sometimes more than the guys do, because the guys seem seem to be more worried about who's like cramming their space and, you know, who's threatening them and stuff, whereas the girls sort of just go and have a good time. But I personally don't know that many girls who'll go home and listen to music, you know, themselves, but that's mainly because I'm into hardcore and I just don't. But I think there are a lot more now. I just don't happen to know that many. Most of my girlfriends aren't into the same music that I'm into, but it doesn't matter. It's excellent. Like, there's like when a band's playing. I mean, if you go upstairs, like you finish doing the door at the Treasury Hotel and you're absolutely buggered and you don't know what's going on upstairs, and you walk upstairs and if you see this band playing really well and all these people are jumping around and getting into it, and you just think, wow, this is worth it. You know, it's great. Don't care if I'm the only sober person here, or, you know, don't care that I've missed the bands. When you just see all these people having a great time, I think stage diving is not a hassle because the people who are there expect stage diving to happen. I think there's some gigs where the majority of people there aren't used to stage diving and people start stage diving, it can be a bit rude. But it's never bothered me. It's great. And also at the Treasury, people are really cool because if the PA starts to go, people are always aware. Like, it's not a chaos thing. Like, if the fallback speakers get knocked over, people always pick them back up and then run around like idiots again and then pick the PA back up and then run around. So they're not as insensitive as at some gigs. What's the deal with venues at the moment? Why do you keep holding them at the Treasury? Because everybody knows that it's such a fucking shithole.
It's the only place that'll put the bands on. I mean, it's all very, very well for people to say, oh no, not the Treasury Hotel again, the Treasury Hotel sucks. But like, the Orient Hotel sucks because they won't put thrash bands on. And like, once in a blue moon they'll do a thrash thing and everyone goes, oh yeah, great. Gives all their money to this pub that usually if you phoned up and said, can I get a gig? They'll go, what sort of band are you? If you say a thrash band, they'll say, no, we won't put you on because you're a thrash band. And it's like that with most of the venues. Most of the venues won't. Like at Dooley's, like, sounds like it might have changed now, but when I did a gig at Dooley's Hotel with White Trash and Frozen Doberman, they wanted to enforce dress codes. And they wouldn't let you outside once you were in because they didn't want to see all their nice, respectable pub. They didn't want to see all these heavy metal scumbags hanging around outside. So, like, the Treasury Hotel might be boring, yeah, fair enough. All the bands have been playing there for the past 8 months or something. But Silvio is the only publican that doesn't care that the people look weird and might get a bit rowdy and jump up and down and have weird haircuts, and he doesn't care. So I reckon the Treasury Hotel's an excellent venue because at least when you go to the Treasury Hotel, you don't get beaten up by the bouncers for stage diving, and you don't get told you can't come in because you've got a torn T-shirt, and you know, like. So I reckon it's a great venue. I don't know why people are whinging about it all the time. Yeah, there's new laws that are in the process. We thought they'd already been implemented, but apparently they hadn't. But I think I saw in the news about 2 days ago that they've been implemented. And what it is there's hefty fines. Like if someone's under 18 and they get busted drinking at a pub, then they get a fine which is over $1,000. I'm not sure the exact. Do you know the exact amount? $1,500? Yeah, $1,500, which is ridiculous because it's probably less than that. If someone got busted for smack, they probably get a lesser fine than if you get busted for drinking because you're under 18. Well, I only know sort of from the metal bands and the hardcore bands. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the, like either mainstream or alternative rock or that sort of stuff. But with with thrash and hardcore at the Treasury Hotel, if they wanted to get a gig, all they have to do is give us a call and give us a tape. The tape isn't for us to decide whether or not we'll put them on because we will put on any band. I would not put a band on that were overtly racist or sort of hate-mongering in any way because I will not support that sort of stuff. But there's no bands like that around anyway, I don't think. There's just mainly just so we can hear what they sound like, so we know which would be the best bands to put them on with. After that, it's just under their own initiative to advertise the gigs, tell their friends to come along, keep playing, and they can always get gigs. We've just got a list of all the bands in Brisbane that we know of that want to play at the Treasury Hotel, and we just rotate them, apart from when we get into state bands and we just pick the bands we feel most appropriate. So there's about 20 bands, between 20 and 25 bands that we rotate at the moment. It's not a heavy scene. I mean, there's fights downstairs, but we haven't, like, Cal and I were talking the other day, we can't remember the last time that there was a big fight upstairs at the Treasury Hotel. There's fights downstairs, but that's different. If you're upstairs and you're at the band, you can't get beaten up by somebody who's being a dickhead in the public part, which is usually where everyone does tend to get a little bit violent. There's people around, like Rollo's always looking out for people, so am I, so is anybody else who's there. Like, usually if there's a fight starts, people always jump in and stop it. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't feel any qualms about jumping in. I've jumped into fights before if I've seen someone getting beaten up. And ever since we've had security, there hasn't been any serious damage done to anybody, and it's not about fighting, it's about bloody jumping around like dickheads and having fun. So it's, no, the whole violence at the Treasury Hotel thing is a big scam that I think's been set up by a few people that didn't want the Treasury Hotel to get support anymore. Because I was very surprised all of a sudden there were a lot of rumours started spreading around. You know, it sounded like I was amazed. Apparently there's fights there every Friday night and I just don't happen to see them, and neither does Cal, neither does Terry, neither does Rollo, and neither does anybody else that's there, and we can't seem to find anyone who has been beaten to a pulp in the past 4 or 5 months there. I reckon it's just a big rumour mongering thing because people always like to bitch about something. Treasury Hotels, it's there for the bitching.
You guys don't take music too seriously, do you?
No, we don't take music too serious because like, what's the point? They're just having fun, and like that's what it's all about.
And drink some beer afterwards.
You know, like, fair enough if you want to make a political statement or something like that, but if you want to sort of put shit on everyone else, so be it.
2 Daves, why did you guys start the band in the first place?
I didn't. He did. Shit. Repeat the question. Why?
Why did I start the band in the first place? Because I was bored with metal. I used to play in a band that was really shit, and I got really bored with it, so I wanted something different.
How do you guys describe your music?
Bad. I'd say that our music's quite bad. But it's a bit of fun too. Lee?
Yeah, it is fun.
Is it bad?
No, it's not bad, no. The music that we play is not bad.
Do you guys want to get anywhere in the music industry, or are you just fucking around?
What are you doing?
It'd be nice if we could get, like, making lots of money
that'd be cool. But if you could do that mucking around of saying that rude word that you said, if we could do that and make lots of money, it'd be really good.
Yeah, because I don't want to work.
Neither do I.
Do you guys work now?
Yeah, yeah, we work.
Yes.
Very hard.
Every now and again.
Good calluses.
Do you think of bands that just go on about Satan and all their lyrics?
Depends on whether you
like-
take it too seriously. Yeah, that is bands who write satanic lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know. Satanic stuff is...
That's hard.
Because I listen to Slayer and stuff, but I don't take it seriously, and I don't think they do. Yeah. I think there's just like a lot of people sort of misinterpret it. Maybe some bands are serious, but young people who have been serious about it sort of don't seem to have much of a clue. You know, they're sort of getting out of the real world.
What do you guys write your lyrics about?
Pizza. We write our lyrics about pizza.
Pubes.
And
Pubes
horror
of death.
films and just stuff that we try not to do stuff that other people have already done.
Netball.
Yeah. Netball.
Wrote songs about netball.
Did you write that?
No, I didn't.
You should have.
Do you think violence is... Do you think violence is a problem with these sort of gigs?
What sort of gigs?
Here, yes.
Metal, hardcore.
Oh, violence here is a problem, yes.
I think, like, if you just get a good pit or whatever, you know, like, depends what you call violence, people run into each other and sort of getting hurt, not real violence, but if someone's trying to start a fight or something like that, it's just being a yobbo, might as well sod off somewhere else.
Is it a problem, do you think?
Yeah, it is. I think violence is a problem.
Do you think it's more of a problem in this scene than it is in other scenes, nightclubs and shit?
No, I don't think it's any more violent to come here or go out to some yuppie.
Go to a nightclub, you're going to get
like
beaten up.
Yuppies are yobbos.
Yeah.
Just got more money.
They just dress better.
Yeah.
They don't.
They dress more expensively.
Yeah, but they are yobbos.
I'll go find them. You like this face?
Down Lying in an unmarked grave beneath the morning sky, forsaken, overgrown, they lay so far too young to die. From east stream to stream of light has flowed into the earth. Since the master of this city read the life of birth. Hey, hey. Yeah.